don't enjoy reading at all. An ancient legend, Cadila, the prince of an ancient elf kingdom, who later became the Moon King of the elf race. He is also the source of the plague, the first to lose his will. He slaughtered everyone with his sword, and the sword imprisoned his soul. The souls began to become a curse within that sword. The cursed sword was named after the king, and became a demonic sword. After that, anyone who used that sword went mad and died. I used to think I was hopeless, but this book can actually restrain the Canada. How could someone who's not an LV possess this book? And even if they were an LV, they would have to be quite old to possess this book, and to prolong their lifespan like that, he must be using a steady amount of magic. That's why there aren't any magical fluctuations around him. Makes sense. You said it's the only copy, and you like it a lot, so why are you lending it to me? It seems like he's trying to hide his other side. Of course, because if it wasn't here, I wouldn't be recommending it to customers. Honestly, from the moment I met you, I knew this book would be perfect for you. Many people suffer from regret and inner turmoil. It makes them feel like their strength isn't enough, and it causes them to lose control of themselves. Those who go to the battlefield always feel regret for the mistakes they made in the past, unable to fix or forget them, right? And that battle haunts them for the rest of their lives. In reality, what brings them down is not the pain they endure, but their weak kindness. I've witnessed 2 people before who couldn't bear that sense of emptiness. What's wrong with being kind? Being kind is normal, but weak. Others have high expectations of them, because they have great responsibility, and they hope to instill trust, confidence, and support to improve others' weaknesses. In reality, that protection creates their biggest weakness. Although their kindness helps others, it doesn't help them, and before they're gone, they become sensitive to everything. Being a hero a few times is fine, but remember, it also takes away courage from ordinary people. With this level of bullshitting, I'm almost touching his heart. Finally, I understand. It's not the curse on the sword that drives them mad. It's the collapse from that shift in perception. Damn it, why didn't anyone realize this? But how long will it last? Of course, it won't last long, because if fairy tales were that effective, who would need psychologists? It won't last long. If you want, I can take care of it for you. I can guarantee the final result. With this, I can ensure that customers who need therapy will come back to me. What are you talking about? This owner, is he going to shoulder the entire burden of the Candia sword's curse? He remembered the talk about him being the former Radiant Knight. Logic, right? He's the one who wielded the Candia the longest, but that's only because he was already drowning in his own failures. A defeated flame, though he was once fearsome. Now, perhaps he believes that he can't withstand the curse's erosion before the sword consumes him. Ha. Speaking of which, maybe I should have retired. Or is it like this? Because the sword has found its true master. Are you sure it won't inconvenience you? It's not that simple. He's friends with White. They always look out for each other. It'll be fine. I'm an expert, after all. Don't worry, I've already got it handled. If you want, I can give you this book. You've shouldered those burdens for too long. You and your valiant comrades deserve a rest. He's so selfless and elegant. Just as I thought. Only someone who has lived so long can possess such an aura like this. I will only rest when this world is at peace. I still need time to think about it. Can I borrow this book for a few days? I'll be back in a week. No problem. Just fill in your contact information here. Right here. Perhaps his grand sense of justice is what burdens him. But it seems I've gained another customer. You just need to make a deposit and fill in your name and the borrowing date. If you don't want to borrow any more books, we'll return half of the deposit. This is just a bookstore. So, see you next week. He bid farewell and turned to leave. Stepping outside, he sighed. Phew, I have no regrets. The only thing left to do is to bring justice, whether White is alive and supported by that bookstore owner. Doesn't matter, because sooner or later, he'll fall by my hand. This is my duty. It's the responsibility of myself. Scene changes to White's laboratory. He's laughing gleefully. Knowledge is vast and boundless. Mysteries are as deep as the ocean. Oh, Mr. Lamb, my head is filled with this overwhelming feeling. A terrifying sacrificial ritual, yet strangely logical. Perhaps this time, that faceless black will reappear in Nike. If that demonic language is just a small piece of the larger picture, then the Go cult will allow me to witness more than just the collapse of a civilization. Wonderful, truly mesmerizing, all thanks to Mr. Lamb. I need to prepare a gift for him. I'm sure he'll like it. The talkative subordinate returned to report to Cloud. What did you say? Master is inside that bookstore and fainted from inhaling that guy's stuff. How is that possible? Support. Do I need to send someone immediately? Damn it, even if Master can't handle it, I can't act rashly. If it leads to more losses, the consequences will be dire. Report from the bookstore investigation team. What's the situation? What? Master has already left. Hearing that Logic had left, Cloud immediately called him. Hello, Master, Old Zoff spoke. Recall the investigators at 23rd Street. Effective immediately, and classify that bookstore as top secret, highest level. What? Highest level? The rankings are divided into DHC, standing for deviant, hazardous, catastrophic, indescribable. That bookstore is classified as indescribable. Master, what happened? What about the bookstore owner? If you know so much, then mind your own business. Do you want to be sent to the Northern Highlands to grow potatoes? Of course not, sir. I'll relay the message immediately. Phew, seems like Master is all right. He's not acting strange. That's all I know for now. Anyway, this is a new request from Radiant Knight. Reset, so the elders will understand. All right, then I'll approve and create a new file. Master, the K-level restricted file is ready. Please write down your findings. Upon your return. As he finished speaking, Joseph was already in the office. Good work, Cloud. Who was the AI with you? Remember to use the memory erasing glyph. It was our investigator, Morrison Red. He comes from a mage family, and is quite talented in shape-shifting. He's also a huge fan of yours. He joined 13 fan clubs of Eternal Fire, and donates over $3 billion trillion annually, including having Abraham Logic's name engraved in gold. Last year, you could consider him your biggest fan. He did all that? Yes, Master. I hear mage families are quite wealthy. Right, Cloud, instead of spending money on such meaningless things, why doesn't he directly support his idol? I could accept him as a knight apprentice, for example. That fee would ensure intimacy. I bet he'd be thrilled. Huh, how could a Radiant Knight become so petty, greedy, and wicked? He wants to take the boy's money. Of course, Master. I'll relay the message. That way, it'll reduce the cost of memory erasure. Okay, restricted area CA 113, bookstore at 412, 23rd Street. Uptown Nokia, hazard level, friendly, no contact, security level, top secret. Pending description. The bookstore owner appears to be a long-term recluse. Inside the bookstore, he offers book lending and sales. These books possess a mysterious and immense power. This file should be enough to keep others away from the bookstore. Of course, if some fool still wants to go there, then good luck to them. Scene changes to evening. Logic has returned home to rest. He's on the phone, but is very angry because rumors of his death are spreading online. He hangs up immediately to read stories on the Vitamin Stories channel. Suddenly, his daughter, Melissa, enters. He reminds her to drink her milk. She protests, saying she's not a child anymore. I'm a captain, fighting at the deviant level. He doesn't care. He wants her to drink milk to grow taller. Otherwise, you won't find a boyfriend. Seeing her father reading, she's curious. As he never reads, she opens the book to take a peek, and becomes hooked on the TTAM book. Without realizing it, she flips through the pages faster and faster. Suddenly, she hears Logic's footsteps approaching. He walks towards her, making her quickly close the book and run away. Suddenly, he startled Melissa, who thought she was caught reading the TTAM book. But he just reminded her to drink her milk. Annoyed, she turned away and slammed the door. Melissa's reaction made him think she was going through a rebellious phase. Anyway, as long as she grows up healthy. Back in her room, Melissa was curious. Who wrote that book? Was the main character King Canela? How could those stories be so real? But most importantly, I didn't get to finish it. I was at the best part. I want to see what happens next. Silly dad. Besides looks and strength, he's nothing but a fool. I can't believe he's reading those kinds of books. It's like I'm missing out. I heard him mention something about books in that CA level classified bookstore. Melissa pulled out a key to access her deceased mother's K-level data and searched for information about the TTAM bookstore. After searching, she saw the bookstore listed as friendly. I should visit. It'll be fine, right? She saw the milk on the table and gulped it down. I need a bigger bust. Bigger is better. The weather service issued a red alert for torrential rain. Roads in Nokia's lower district were temporarily closed. Sewage systems operated at maximum capacity. Experts predicted that if the downpour continued for another week, 1/3 of the city would flood. The main character was diligently mopping the floor as rainwater splashed inside. After cleaning, he opened the bookstore. His neighbor was watching TV when the power went out. Too lazy to check, he asked the main character to inspect the circuit breaker. Being a friendly neighbor, he immediately agreed. As he was about to go, a dark, monstrous figure appeared at the door. Inky. He was surprised and happy to see Inky. He was happy to see Inky after so long. What do you need? Are you here to borrow some TTAM books? Inky pointed outside, gesturing. He quickly understood that it wanted to help him check the circuit breaker. Inky nodded enthusiastically. Yes, seeing how cute and kind Inky was, and its willingness to help, he gladly accepted its offer. Inky ran outside and flipped the switch. The neighbor's TV was working again. He laughed and thanked the main character. I'll ask for your help again next time. What a kind and convenient neighbor. All right, back to my show. As soon as he turned on the TV, the neighbor was horrified. A terrifying ghost appeared before him. It was truly frightening. Just as he settled down to relax, a customer arrived. It was Old White. Mr. Wire, you're back so soon, visiting me in this weather. It must be something urgent. Your favors are more important than the weather. So this time, I want to express my sincere gratitude. I was very pleased with the previous gift. What precious item have you brought today? I'll examine it before accepting. Mr. Lamb is being kind again. That Gagoy was hardly a worthy gift. Not only that, he's humble and considers my feelings. Thanks to his help, I'm one step away from reaching the indescribable level. So, only the gift I've been working on for 2 years is worthy of his kindness over the past 2 years. You don't need to be so humble. It's not that important to me, but it could be very helpful to you. I'd be sad if you didn't accept it. You're exaggerating. I haven't done much. Besides, I don't even know what you've brought. Let me see it first. This is the gift I've been meticulously preparing for 2 years. I hope you like it. It's a dreamcatcher. I didn't expect Old White to give me something like this. Nostalgic. Years before transmigrating, I attended a literary event. That's where I learned about dreamcatchers. Dreamcatchers are a cultural symbol of Native Americans. They believe the night air is filled with dreams. Only dreamcatchers can filter out nightmares and capture pleasant dreams for them. Talking to a village elder, I learned more about their legends. For example, the beads on a dreamcatcher are powerful and refined, collected from heavy sleepers. I never thought I'd encounter one here. You seem knowledgeable about it. Indeed, dreamcatchers are rare treasures. Their value is undeniable. The dreams within this net, depending on their quality and the details, these all seem handmade. Plus, the storm outside makes it difficult to sleep. This is so thoughtful. This is exactly what I need. Wire. Thank you. He bowed. It's my honor. A pleasant dream may seem ordinary, but it holds unforeseen dangers. Without an indescribable level of willpower, it will crush one's soul instantly. But someone as strong as Mr. Lamb, it's merely a pastime, right? Sweet dreams. Dream of vitamin stories getting a silver button. Explosion. A young lady falls from a collapsing building. A chain suddenly hooks onto her leg, pulling her up. Thanks, Mark. She looks down. Mark rushes to her. Be careful. I didn't anticipate them having mages. She stands on a saw blade embedded in the wall. Mark kneels, shouting, watch out, Mom. A mage chants a complex spell. She aims her staff at them. The black-haired lady charges in. She sees a giant serpent, lunging with its gaping maw. She throws her staff, transforming into a wolf, blocking the serpent's jaws. She growls, slicing the serpent in half. She's fully transformed. She glares at the mages. One coughs up blood. What? How? The three are in disarray. A controllable form. Highlights didn't mention this. The bleeding mage yells. Don't fear the silent court wolf's blood. Fear fire. Prepare the nitroglycerin and hunt her down. Despite the rain, we can't delay. She's at the panic level. We must act swiftly to stand a chance. The proud wolf howls under the moon. The lady on the saw blade looks down at the wolf. You're digging your own grave. Her face flushes. For every hunter, this is the power they crave. My lady, you may lead hunters to new heights. But the one who orchestrated this, the one who aided her, a resident of 23rd Street. Who is he, and what is his goal? Mark appears, looking cool. Don't worry about it, they jump down, we just need to follow. And achieve glory together, that's our only duty. The purple-haired lady agrees. Let's go, this fight isn't over. The three mages chant a fire spell. Vivid flames erupt from their staffs. They aim at the white wolf. The ferocious wolf charges into the flames. Roaring fiercely, it emerges from the ashes, blackened. It bares its fangs, as another wave of fire descends. Mark is fighting several mages. The purple-haired lady watches the flames and shouts, "Whoa!" Two hooded figures are observing the scene from above. One has someone assisting her. I didn't realize Noskin had someone like that. Control in monster form, something even White can't do. White has also appeared on 23rd Street. The other figure, with a lip piercing, says, "Never heard of it." He urges his companion to leave. He's still your master, remember? The aggressive wolf charges, ambushing them from behind. He's horrified. Damn, I was careless. The silent court wolf is renowned for its teleportation abilities. But how did it know my location? To teleport and attack, the wolf pins him to the ground and bites off his arm. He screams. One assesses the situation and uses a stun technique. Blink. The wolf raises its hackles, uttering an arcane word, to unleash a potent spell. What a brilliant black mage tactic. Damn, you're too slow. The monster falls. The white wolf prepares to strike with its claws, but the wolf anticipates the move and severs his other arm with a bite. A wave of dark energy approaches. Declining sunfire spell, the wolf senses the danger and decides to retreat. It coughs and teleports away instantly. The man runs up. "Police, are you all right?" "I'm fine." His severed arms regenerate. It seems 23rd Street has someone much stronger than we anticipated. It's not just teleportation she's capable of. She can extract information from real to pinpoint our location. Intrigued but with pressing matters, he instructs World to investigate. Investigate the owner. He's a higher priority than White. Even more important than White. World obeys. World magic unfolds from his hand. What will it reveal? A dream monster. Hillis's eyes widen in horror. No, it's a god. A true god. He closes the door. A stack of books sits on the table, with an open inkwell and a quill. He walks upstairs, scratching his head. When will this rain ever stop? I'll use those daily necessities when the weather gets better. He opens his bedroom door, and glances at the dreamcatcher hanging from the ceiling. Old White is clever. Besides its dream blessing abilities, it's also a beautiful craft. Yawning, he pulls the blanket over himself, ready for sleep. I hope the dreamcatcher works. He closes his eyes. The dreamcatcher glows. In his dream, he's standing barefoot in the snow. He doesn't feel cold. Instead, it's warm. He gazes in wonder at the breathtaking scenery. Like a painting, he approaches a giant tree, and finds a beautiful fairy sleeping there. Her hair and eyelashes are as white as snow. Her lips are delicately pursed. He's speechless. In that moment, a familiar melody touches. Lamb Dye's heart. I crown myself Queen of the North, walking the red carpet, with my icy crown. He gasps. What a majestic sight. It's like a scene from a fairy tale. He smiles and touches a flower. Old White wasn't exaggerating. The flower is soft and delicate. Its scent is refreshing. He feels the dream is too real. Is this what they call a lucid dream? This dream is a truly effective psychological tool. Combined with what Wire said, it creates a dream both scientifically sound and lyrical. He feels incredibly refreshed. He glances at the fairy with a mischievous glint in his eye. Can't I do anything in a dream? But he reconsiders. There have to be limits. He looks into the fairy's heart, curious about her beauty. Why am I looking there? His curiosity deepens. He notices the other dream figures are blurry. The Chinese people prefer platinum blonde hair. But it's just a dream. Anything can happen. Who is this girl in my dream? He approaches the sleeping girl, blushing. This must be a dream. She's as beautiful as a painting, but her eyes seem to be looking elsewhere. A captivating goddess. It's a dream, so a little indulgence won't hurt. Consider this a tribute to her beauty, even though the flower isn't yours. He tucks the flower into her hair, blushing and smiling. As he plays with her hair, she suddenly wakes up, staring at him with wide eyes. His hand is still outstretched. She probably won't be fully conscious, but she stands up, transforming her outfit into a different one. She's nearly 2 meters tall. He stares, wide-eyed. This is definitely a dream. This is absurd. She looks at him and asks, "Who are you?" He's startled. She's asking me first. He finds it fascinating. Normally, people appearing in someone else's dream are projections from their subconscious. So I'm talking to my own subconscious. He extends his hand. A dreamer? Huh? She blinks. You're in a dream. Of course you're dreaming. He's confused. She knows I'm dreaming. This dream girl is full of mysteries. He points at her. At least I guessed right. Now it's my turn to ask. Who are you? Why do you say you're not dreaming? He's embarrassed by his own question. She smiles, her lips beautiful. Silver. My name is Silver. He's bewildered. Just your name. She winks. At least I'm being honest. Now it's my turn to ask. He panics, covering his mouth in embarrassment. Her smile is so captivating. She turns serious. I've been waiting here for a long time. A very long time. I don't know how long, because this place is so beautiful, yet so quiet. It's deafeningly silent. Can you tell me? He ponders her words. He rests his chin on his hand. Isn't it just loneliness? This dream suits me perfectly. A picturesque hill filled with irises. Like a fairy tale, healed by a beautiful girl. I'm hooked. Give and take, indeed. He finds her nightgown too simple, and transforms it into a stylish suit. She looks dashing. Let's sit down and talk first. He gently extends his hand. She places her hand in his. Her hand is soft and cold. They sit down. He asks, "Are you the only one in this dream?" She leans closer. "No one has ever set foot here before. Only you." Now, he blushes. "You're like Rapunzel, straight out of a fairy tale. But it's all a dream." Even though he understands her plight, he can't offer much help. He begins a psychological counseling session, explaining that her feeling is loneliness, because there's no one around. She wonders, there must be a reason, right? He gestures towards her with his thumb and forefinger. Man proposes, God disposes. Never mind the meaning of that. But God, seeing such a magnificent woman, he would smile, a genuine smile. He would understand you. She blushes at his words. You sound so romantic. He scratches his head. I'm just a failed romantic. But if I can talk to you here, perhaps it's because I understand you. She turns away. You appeared in my dream. So you understand me. We're alike. You're wise. He's excited. You acknowledge me. He wants to ask something. He takes her hand. She panics. This is my wish. I hope you'll accept it. She's eager. Tell me, will you be my friend? She's stunned. He's presented her with an offer she can't refuse. She blushes. Friend. He smiled. A setting like this would be boring. Without someone to share stories with, it would be much more enjoyable. Several cunning faces appeared. He missed his profession and wanted to recommend a book. Even though he wasn't at the bookstore, he could conjure one. He presented her with the book as a gift. For our first meeting, her eyes welled up with emotion. She reached out, took the book, and held it close. It had been a long time since anyone gave her anything. In return, she had nothing, except a great tree and honey. That's the gift I want to give you. He looked up at the tree. It was laden with golden fruits. Can I eat them? He asked. She smiled gently. Of course. The golden fruits were like a painting. He drooled. I wonder what they taste like. He took a large bite. His face lit up with delight. Crispy and sweet, with a soft core. Do you like it? She asked softly. As he replied, it's quite sweet. A cracking sound echoed. The surroundings started crumbling. It seems you're waking up. The scene faded. He reached out. Although I don't want to. It's time to go. The fairy gently placed her hand on his. The scene crumbled further. She embraced him and nibbled his ear. They blushed and gazed at each other. Hopefully, we'll meet again next night. In our dreams. In a rainy street corner, a man in black lit a cigarette. Choosing Hirik was a mistake. But you betrayed your master. And killed your student. You can't do much now. Forget your foolishness. What about the special mission? A voice emanated from the wall. It really requires your personal attention. That young girl has grown stronger. Even with Hirik and your combined strength, you might not stand a chance. Old White was severely injured, but there are rumors of his reappearance, and his power is even more terrifying. Both are connected to the bookstore owner on 23rd Street, as if their fates are intertwined. There are too many suspicious elements. A mysterious figure emerged from the wall. The mission is to investigate the bookstore owner on 23rd Street. He's the returned faceless evil. Even authors of horror and fantasy novels wouldn't dare use such a blatant allegory. The figure quickly emerged from a sewer on 23rd Street. 412, the bookstore. He scanned the surroundings. No magical reactions, just an ordinary bookstore. Did the higher-ups make a mistake? A stone statue's red eyes flickered and closed. He's on the second floor, standing before the only place with signs of life. He's being cautious. This mission is too easy. They've overestimated the threat. I'll make a deal with the owner and report back. He turned the doorknob. Inside, someone was sleeping in a flower-filled room. The dream charm is working. He widened his eyes in surprise. The owner was sound asleep, but a hidden weapon from the flowers shot towards him. He lost an eye. He turned and limped out of the room. Down the stairs, one eye socket hollow, the other eye tearing up, he said with a trembling smile. Master, your servant is here. I'm eager to serve you. Half an hour passed on the street corner. John hadn't returned. This is bad. He's a semi-Brian, capable of shadow shifting twice. Infiltration was simple, but he's still not back. One considered reporting the owner to the higher-ups. Despite extinguishing his cigarette, a shadow loomed. This area is a rain alley. Damn it. He cast a fire spell. A fireball engulfed his cigarette and exploded. The rain is weakening the fire spell. I don't know why John betrayed us. But he's dead now. John emerged from the shadows. One cast fire spells, engulfing the area in flames. John counted, sending one flying. 3 nails pierced one's flesh. One cried out, unleashing a final attack. John's shape shifted. To escape the nails, one laughed triumphantly, intensifying his attack. Suddenly, liquid dripped from the flames. A giant, fiery skeleton emerged, blasting one away. He finally realized it wasn't John. The monster groaned, Master, I am your servant. I will eliminate all obstacles for you. One was stunned. John wasn't a believer. Could this be his warning? Hillis's cold voice called out, come in. A guard brought news of one's death. He's dead, Hylice asked in disbelief. The guard showed him the images from the magical forensic investigation. At the crime scene, they were informed by a blood cult dark mage. Reading the report, Hylice grew agitated. One sent someone to investigate the bookstore, but his own man betrayed and killed him. Right after returning, the final image captured was the word, run, written in blood. Hylice snatched the report. An unidentified entity manipulated John, which mages couldn't identify. He gritted his teeth. What are they planning? The dark mages have gained ground for the blood cult. We need to halt the investigation to secure the mirror spell. So that's it. That's what the blood cult's deviant level destroyer, who never reveals himself, has been planning. The White Wolf squad will cooperate fully. The guard nodded and left. Hylice was tense. This is a warning from the bookstore owner. This is a crucial moment for the mirror spell. I can't afford complications. He gritted his teeth. Nothing can hinder my plans.